my little brother, he's inside. Alright, so this is an African Spur Thigh, and these guys actually can live in the desert, and if they live in the desert and there's not much food, so they oftentimes eat cactus. And he was owned at one point, and they weren't feeding him the proper foods, and they weren't feeding him the proper diet, so lumps and pyramiding just started growing on his shell, and his hole goes under the house, and
20 feet.
20 feet, and
Nice steep tunnel.
and it's really steep. It's a really steep tunnel, and it goes back a long ways. This is another African Spur Thigh, and he was fed the proper diet when he was younger, so he doesn't have any lumps on it. He doesn't have the triangles on him, pyramids on him, and he probably got out of his hole a couple hours ago, and he's really dirty, so that's why I'm getting all the dirt off. 3 years old, and he's a male. I can't show you how he's a male though, but if I could flip him over, which I'm not, because the turtles, when they flip over on their shell, all the insides go back to the shell, and it squishes them. And he just got done eating lots and lots of grass. He just sat there for 3 hours, just wanting away. And he won't bite. He will not bite because he's raised too well to ever bite, and he just.
But if you saw one in the wild.
But if you saw one in the wild that big, you probably should not touch it. You should just leave it alone, back up, and go another direction. And they have a triangular snout.
What about his legs?
Huh?
His legs.
All right. And his legs are short because they don't move fast at all. They also they have this thing that protects them from getting injured and from the bottom,
and for fighting with other tortoises.
This guy his feet are
made for digging.
Like moles. and they're a lot more powerfuler than like anything. There's another one in the shed, and it's like that big, and I'm sure it couldn't move me. So even though they're not fast, they're still pretty strong, and because they're eating all this, the grass, and they'll even sometimes eat cactuses, and they can't have too much sugary stuff like fruits. Their main thing to eat is lots and lots of weeds and grass and all that other stuff, and they like to eat a lot of stuff except fruits. I mean, it's okay to give them fruits, just give them like little amounts of fruits.
Because they wouldn't have it in their natural environment.
Because they don't have them in their natural environment. And
they're a desert tortoise.
They live in the desert, and they're not used to fruits because it's not in their environment. And this guy, that beast, that's his name. And the other ones were freaky. And they also like eating kind of sweet stuff, but not too sweet. They'll eat bananas.
They'll eat it, but they can make them sick if they get too much.
They can eat it. They can eat fruits, but not too much, or else they'll get sick and have those pyramids on them, like the other one did when he was younger. They weren't feeding him the right diet. Not us. Someone else had him, and they were feeding him the wrong diet. Wait. These guys are not native, right?
From Africa.
Do you have a license for them?
Nope.
You should.
You don't need one.
Well, a lot of people like to have license in case it, because they're not native.
Right.
And plus, it's probably not too well for these ones. And it's okay that I'm sitting on this guy because he's been tamed around me all my life, and he's so strong he can hold an elephant on his shell. It's crazy how strong these guys are, and he can probably walk around. Maybe not, but he's easily picking me up because later on in the future he's going to be a lot heavier than he is. And there's another type of tortoise, and their shell is as tall as I am. It's crazy how big tortoise get. It's the third largest species of tortoise
In the world.
In the world. And this is why I can do this, because that's why I can, he's been raised around me all my life, and that's why I can pat him on the head.
But you shouldn't go petting
But if you see one in the wild, you should never pet it
Because it could really hurt you.
because they can really hurt you. Then, look, if you can see those, they're not even teeth. They're like razor blades, and he can right now, if I go get a carrot, he probably can snap it right in half easily. I'm not sure about these guys' bite force, but they can definitely chop a finger off, no problem. Carrots are just like fingers, and